Greetings, Commanders! Welcome to Crash Landing episode 29, recorded on the 11th of January 2014. And tonight, Alien is with me again. How you doing, Alien?
I've got a copper bottom.
Dare I ask how that happened?
Oh, I bought a fancy new frying pan. It's like a stir-fry saute pan, big
yes, I know.
sides and that, and it's got a copper bottom.
Excellent, excellent. Wow, that's better than the literal interpretation, I suppose. So as people may have guessed, we're playing a bit of Kerbal Space Program tonight, because to be honest, nobody really knows what else is coming on in the Elite Dangerous Alpha, but as soon as I know, you guys will know, so we'll update that. And of course we have one other little surprise that Alien's not even aware of yet, and it's a silly surprise, and I'm not even sure about it myself, but here goes. Yes.
Can I guess? Can I guess?
Guess.
Can I guess?
You can
Can I
guess.
guess?
You can guess.
There's a black square in the bottom right.
It's kind of obvious, isn't it? I tried to hide it. It's a webcam! Yes! Hi there, Commanders! It's me in the flesh now. You have to put up with my ugly mug on all the streams now. I'm sorry about that, but hey, so cheers to all you guys and thank you. We're nearly 15,000 views. I can't believe it myself. It's crazy. Can you believe that, Alien? It's mad.
Yeah.
Absolute madness.
Mad.
Yeah.
You're all mad. Mad you are.
Yeah, I'm mad, you're mad, everyone's mad, we're all in good company. That's all that counts. So, yeah, obviously, I don't have support for this in Kerbal Space Program, but here's the item which everyone is envious of. I'm sorry, I wish I could just let you have a go on it right now, but here it is. I do own one, it is there. And I have got Kerbal set up right now to use the X-52. Nice. I didn't think you could use it with Kerbal, but apparently you can. If you set it up just right, you can play the Kerbal Space Program with a ridiculously expensive flight stick. It's good fun, good fun. So what I'm going to do, in between the usual streams with things, you know, Elite Dangerous mainly, which is my main concern, I am going to start a new career for you guys to watch me fail miserably. We'll see how this goes. So for those that are unfamiliar with Kerbal Space Program, it's a mainly sandbox type game where you run your own space program, as it sounds, much like NASA. Only the inhabitants of said game are a little more dangerous. They really don't care about their own safety, so they really have no health and safety concerns whatsoever. So I'll start from scratch in case anyone's unfamiliar with it, you haven't seen it before, but a lot of people have seen the Kerbal Space Program now. So we have our view of the our space center here. We've got the space plane hangar and the airstrip in the background there. We've got our little recruitment facility on the left, the R&D at the bottom, our tracking facility on the right. Top right corner is our launch pad, and in the center we've got the main part of the center here, which is the facility for building vehicles, space vehicles. So let's check how many recruits we have. Excellent. So in what I'm playing at the moment, like I said, I'm playing career mode from scratch, and it's going to be tricky, but this game is notoriously hard. Now I've seen a lot of people on the internet play this, and they make it look so mind-numbingly easy. And it bugs the hell out of me. I think I've mentioned it quite a few times before on the stream. There's a guy called Scott Manley, does some great YouTube videos, so I'd recommend anyone giving him a quick search and having a look at his stuff. He does some fantastic stuff. But I'm going to make a complete arse of myself because it's more funny to watch me crash. That's what this show is all about.
I will find a link for Scott Manley and I will put a link up.
Brilliant, thank you, Alien. Greetings, Commander Max Wren. Sorry, I had the chat in the corner. And Tauka3, nice to see you all. So let's set up our basic spacecraft here. We've got very little that we can do with it right now. Right at the start of the career mode, you've got very, very few basic parts. You can't do a great deal. So all we're going to do is set up a couple of antenna on my rocket. I've got one liquid fuel rocket, 2 tanks, and a little capsule for the guy on the top. That's probably about as big as I can make this. Once it's empty, it'll be lighter, but effectively I've only got one parachute on the top, so I'm not going to be able to make this too heavy. So You know, I haven't checked the naming forum in a while. Have you checked it, Alien? The naming thread on the forum I started for my ship.
No, I haven't. Do you want me to have a look?
Yeah, I was just wondering what to name this craft, so I'm gonna pick one off the top of my name. That was the first one I can remember. Fragor or Fragor, which I think is Latin for crash. So we shall dub this ship Fragor 1. And this is our first craft, so let's hopefully the sound is coming across okay for everyone. I think it's so there you go, yes, username Scissorg for Scott Manley, yeah. I should have remembered that one. Okay, yep, we're still getting everything through. Okie dokie, so here's the launch pad. We got our tiny little rocket. I don't know how good this is going to be, but we will try. Yep, I've got the throttle control on the flight stick. This is ridiculous, such a strange controller for a game like this. Obviously you can play it with keyboard and mouse and it works quite well. It is actually quite hard with the flight stick, to be fair. So here we go. Let's go for our first test flight on there and see how well we do. Oh, I forgot this. In the bottom left corner here, you've got this staging systems to signifies which part of your rocket are, and I just noticed I had my engine firing at the same time as my parachute, which would have been disastrous. That would have acted like an anchor on the, on the landing pad. That would have been a great start, but hey, perhaps I should have done that just so you guys could have seen how to fail at this game, which is what I seem to be best at. So here goes nothing. Woohoo! My word, this has got some sort of thrust on it. So I don't think we're going to get anywhere. Oh, carry on, Adam.
So I'm looking at the thread you started with all the names for your ship.
Mm-hmm.
Why am I looking at this thread again?
Oh, I just wondered what the most popular name was. I haven't had a chance to check it in a while, so...
With 8 votes is Jammy Dodger.
Excellent.
Second with 7 votes is Misfire.
Nice. Cool. I should definitely have to...
Oh no, hang on, there's a joint first with Unlimited Liability. Also got 8 votes.
Brilliant. Excellent.
So Jammy Dodger, Unlimited Liability, and then with 7 is Misfire.
Excellent. Oh dear. Oh no. You'll see in the... Oh dear. You'll see in a second what I just done.
Now, there's one problem with you having the webcam in the bottom right corner.
Oh, yes. What have I done?
Well, you can't see the Kerbal.
Oh, yeah, good point, actually. I put it there because I thought it would be funny to see my own face in substitution for the Kerbal, but yeah, of course, the Kerbal's faces are much more enjoyable to watch those dudes than it is to watch me. So, let's put that in. And I've just failed epically on the first launch there. I accidentally hit the EVA button. Now I'm not going to play this hardcore mode with no restarts or whatever, because honestly this would just take me forever and I would get nowhere with it, honestly. So I'm just going to restart that. I epically cocked that up. But hey, this
Sorry,
is live.
Commander Maxerin. I just read that you've also said you can't see the Kerbal's faces, just as I was saying it. So credit to you, Commander Maxerin, for also saying that.
Oops. Oh.
And Kerrash. Kerrash has also just moved the webcam up to the corner.
Oh,
just for us.
Dear. Oh dear. I just epically screwed that up as well, so that we're going to have to go back to the drawing board and make a 2.0 of this ship, I think. There we go. Never mind, let's take a surface sample there. So this is the great thing about this. So even if you do test flights, which are effectively useless, you can still get something for it. You know, a failed mission is a mission at the end of the day. There we go. I don't know if you've seen that yet, Alien, my epic fail.
Yeah, it's just come up now. Did
Epic
that
fail.
Kerbal stand on the side of the pod when it landed on the ground? It
Yeah,
got up and then it stood on the side of the pod.
Yeah,
like anti-gravity.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, it wasn't quite right, was it? The collision detection was a little bit off, but yeah, I tried to roll the capture.
Put a flag up of where he's crashed.
Yes,
base.
Epic fail #1. There's going to be lots of those flags all over the place. Trust me. So we've got a few science points on that.
Here.
Exactly. There's going to be lots of those all over the place. So, greetings, Commander Ken Payton. Nice to see you again. Alright, so I'm going to leave epic fail there. I'm going to recover what's left of the aircraft, spacecraft. There we go. So this is a good thing here. You can see on the screen I'm getting an extra 5 points for recovering the craft. So you can kind of get this, I don't know, like this kind of like points for doing missions, even if they're complete failures. You at least get some test data out of it. So that kind of works. So I'm going to go back to the drawing board with this spacecraft. It's I need to change this staging because I just royally screwed that up. I knew that was going to happen, but it was funny anyway. So why not do it? So the problem we got with this is 2 of these tanks is a little too heavy to get it anywhere useful. So I'm going to call this the Fragor 2. Fix that. So what I love about this is kind of like rapid prototyping. You get to try all sorts of crazy out. So I'm going to do... Yes, I managed to get a camera working. I had to order a new one. My animals decided the other one was too tasty to leave alone. They love doing things like that for me. Greetings, Commander Petrisk. So one of the things I'm going to do on this stream with Kerbal, actually, it'll be quite fun to get you guys involved because that's what we enjoy doing on this show. I should be taking some suggestions for all of the random funny things you want me to see me doing Kerbal. I mean, obviously in between Elite Dangerous, we will be going straight back to Elite Dangerous. At the slightest update, you know, that's what we're going to be like. But no, I will be taking suggestions off you guys. So whatever you want to see me do, if you want me to build a crazy space station or crash into a nearby asteroid or something like that, then yay, that's what I do best. Just let me know.
I think you know what I'd say.
Fly backwards.
No. Death Star.
Well, yeah, build a big Death Star. Yes, I can try and do that. I think we can definitely do it if I turn all the cheats on, so I can turn gravity off. We can build ridiculous size things and then glue it all together. I think that might work. But I thought with if I start in career mode, then obviously I've got to work within the constraints of what's there, so it makes it a little bit more challenging. I've got to work with the parts that I've got to do something. And
Kerbal's happy.
he's like, yay! Jebediah is nice and brave. He might be as dozy as the next Kerbal, but he is nice and brave at least. Here we go. Get down.
I keep thinking of the little 3-eyed aliens from Toy Story.
They do remind
Who
me of
decides who you leave? The claw!
There we go. Coming in 10 meters per second. He's not going to die. So this wasn't much of a failure. This was more of a test flight. Test our capabilities of our rocket engine. Oh! Yeah. He kind of survived. More or less. That's good. It worked. He's still alive. That's the main thing. There we go.
Is it me or has he got hair like Tom Hanks?
Yes. Yeah, they do. They look like, out of Apollo 13 or something. Right, so what you'll notice in this this little dialogue that pops up whenever I start doing science missions, what they've done now in the latest release of Kerbal is they have kind of nerfed the way that science is gathered. So if you keep redoing the same things close by, then you're not going to get many points. You have to keep going to new areas and things like that to get
right.
You know.
Petrisk has asked for the Chinese moonlander, the Jade Rabbit.
Oh, excellent! Yeah, so I'll have to try and build that. It's going to take me a few missions to get all the parts, but yeah, that is a good one. I'll have to take note of that, and we'll try and get to the point where we can make something like that. That'd be good. Right, let's recover this vessel. Oh, do you know what? I should have saved myself time, actually. If I get the little dude back into the capsule, I can recover it in one go. There we go. Okay, we got plus 11 science for that. Oh, excellent. Petrus thought I was older. Excellent. Thank you for the compliment. Thank you. That is the thing. I am a little old before my time, so to speak, because, you know, I've got into elite and things on the spectrum, and I was, crikey, 4. Didn't have a clue what I was doing, but Daddy played it and it looked cool. I wanted to see what it did, you know. Yes, I got into computers in general at a very young age, and I've been playing around with them ever since, you know. So here we go. So now I've got, up in the top right, I've got 32 science points, so I can start to spend them on my tech tree. And what we can do here is we've got this science archive, which is a new feature of 0.23 release of the game. We can see where we've earned science from and what value they were. So you notice the bottom two things on there, the value was slightly less because we'd previously done a mission where we'd been near the shores and everything, so you don't get as many points. So now we can actually get these next parts. Let's spend 5 science points on getting these parts. I've got 27 left. And it's 15, 18 and 20. So, looking at what we've got, yeah, survivability is not going to be much use to us, I don't think, at the moment. A secondary liquid fuel engine, aerodynamic nose cones, radial decouplers, bigger engines and everything. Actually, I think survivability is probably going to be the best bet for us. Let's go to that and we can start to work ourselves down the science tech tree. So we've got radial parachutes, which are handy. We can carry more weight on that final descent. Landing struts, which make the landing a bit softer. And the little tiny stubby engine, which is great for doing little landers. So let's make a newer craft design. Start from scratch. Fragor 3. See how many different variations of this we can get to. You'll have to correct me if I screw up the Roman numerals on here. Got like the cheesy music. It's very kind of Sims or something like that. So now what we can do, I think, yep, we've unlocked the first extra science unit. So let's go ahead.
Do you watch Great British Bake Off?
No, I haven't caught that actually. No.
No, watch it on TV.
No, sorry, I haven't caught that before.
It's just that the theme tune to that, I keep thinking it's The Sims. Sims
I should
3
have to watch it
music.
now just for fun. Yeah, I'll have to watch that.
If you know what The Sims 3 music sounds like, and
Yeah.
you watch the intro to Great British Bake Off when they play the titles,
Brilliant.
it's like Sims 3 music.
Excellent. I will try and compare those two just for fun now. There we go. Cool.
And then
So-
I saw someone doing a piece on TV, and I can't remember what it was about, but it was something like a travel show where they were at a seaside village somewhere,
All right.
and they were actually using the music from Sims 3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my word! I imagine they've got into some serious trouble with that shortly after. Wow.
Now they just pay a royalty to EA, don't
Wow. Yeah, I suppose if they can get the money.
they?
I mean,
Pardon me.
that's all right. No worries. I suppose EA have got to try and make some money back, haven't they? They squeeze every penny. God bless them. We love you, EA. Really.
So what are you doing at the minute?
So, I'm just building a slightly larger... Well, okay, I'm building a ridiculously larger, very... how can I put it? Optimistic design. I got, on my top module, I got 1 parachute plus 2 extra parachutes on the side. I've chucked these 2 little science capsules on there. I've put some extra landing gear on this stage here. I'm hoping... if I break that away, that'll be our little lander, that section there, and we may be able to land somewhere else. Fingers crossed. Then I'm building this middle stage, which is going to be our transfer stage, and then I'm going to be crossing my fingers and hoping we can actually do something useful with this. I doubt it very much. It's a bit optimistic for what I'm trying to do right now. We may be able to get up into a near Kerbin orbit, but that will be worth more points than just landing straight after. So what I'll do is I will put a little antenna. Always useful to have an antenna on top. You can radio back details.
What I find funny is you're building it in midair and the Kerbals are walking around underneath. Have they got safety helmets on?
I should certainly hope so. That's not a position I'd like to be in. Several hundred tons of rocket flying there, so... Okay, so this is a little optimistic, but we got a big stage there. We got a small stage there. Fingers crossed this will get us somewhere. I honestly don't know whether it will or not, but I may put a let's put one more stage on the bottom because I don't trust.
Oh, that's interesting.
What's that?
Ken Payton in the chat. By the way, saw today that someone made a video of the New Year's fireworks with a 3D camera and has put up a YouTube video so people with the Oculus Rift can watch it.
Ooh. Link. I'm addicted to anything that I can try out in the Rift. I've got to try it at least once. It's really, really fun just to have a look at this. I managed to get Google Street View working on the Rift, which is surreal. It's like being about 10 feet tall, because of course the viewpoint is like from on the top of their mast to where they take the pictures. But it's really odd, kind of going down the street outside your own house. It's kind of, I recognise this, you know. It really is like being there, because it's photographic quality as well. It's like being stood there on the spot. Very, very
Right.
odd. There we go. Right, let's. Alright, what I'm going to do actually, I'm going to unplug the X52, I think, because it's massive overkill for what I'm doing. I'm just going to play with the keyboard and mouse, so I think it's a lot easier. I could do with like a USB junction box, so I can just turn ports on and off. That would be really... I'm surprised no one hasn't done that. A USB hub where you can just turn off the ports. If anyone has seen one, please let me know, because I'll be tempted to buy one. I've got like 8 things plugged in all at the same time here. So here we go.
Kerrash?
Yep.
You're a programmer, aren't you?
Yes. Unfortunately.
Can't you program a bit of software that turns on and off the different USB ports?
I suppose I could, if I map them. And then my biggest problem with the USB is not knowing which thing's plugged into where. You have to get the device descriptor and everything like that.
Well, no, all you're doing is turning off the port itself. That's what you're saying, aren't you?
It's a little more tricky than that. I might be able to intercept the traffic from each device, because that's the way Universal Serial Bus works. Is things just plug in, you know, willy-nilly, and they just kind of start streaming their data across, sort of thing. So they kind of share the bus with all other devices.
What did that Kerbal just do?
I didn't notice then. Sorry, I wasn't.
He's doing it again. He's like with his hands. Yeah. I'm so excited.
Sure, that was not me.
No, the Kerbal.
I think they do that occasionally. They get rather overexcited. But... Right, so let's try.
I'm sitting on top of 10,000 tons of rocket fuel, and I'm so excited.
It's like sat on top of a nuke. Oh dear, this thing's overheating. This is not a good position to be in. Oh dear. He's so happy.
I'm hearing you in my ear, and your webcam's in sync with the stream.
Yeah.
So I'm now seeing you dance about.
Yeah, sometimes the slight delay is good, you know, if for nothing more than comedy value. Alright, I think I'm...
Petrisk has put up a link in the chat to a device you're talking about.
Excellent. I knew something like that should exist. It seems like such an obvious thing, really, doesn't it?
Do you want the link in your... You want me to put the link in Skype for you?
Yes, please, if you can save it, that'd be wonderful.
You don't lose it then.
Excellent, thank you. Yeah, I'll check that after when I'm editing the video. Yeah, that it'd be handy. I mean, it's kind of like it's like when I'm having one of those things like when you're, you know, like a soundboard for a sound engineer sort of thing. It's one of those things you just want device switchers. You can just click, 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 turn things on and off. Seems like one of these obvious things that someone should have made. So, I'm trying to make a better deal of this orbital flight now. Trying to save some of this fuel. So I think we're probably going to get into a suborbital trajectory. Not enough altitude at the moment. We're getting there though. I burnt way too much fuel earlier on there. I think I've wasted most of my fuel getting up. Thank you, I just got that link. Getting up to the altitude I'm at. I didn't need to be burning that much fuel to do that. Could have held back on that. And it's going to get progressively worse the more of this I drink as through the evening, but hey. So we're still going up. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. So the plan is, as I gain more and more science, let's transmit that data back there, just do a quick crew report. Hopefully we can do an EVA report high above things. So the plan is, as I start to uncover more and more science, I will get more and more parts and I can start to do more and more crazy things. So I'm hoping to build a whole space station and everything, and fingers crossed.
Maxerin says it's 10,000 alt, isn't it? 10,000 you turn down the thrust.
Yeah, I think I left it too late at that point. I should have done it a bit sooner, but never mind. And this little thing is not going to have enough thrust on it to do anything useful. But hey, what we can do is we can observe the mystery goo. It's getting very cold now. We can transmit that back. Okay. Now it does seem a little useless. I've got this engine on here doing nothing but, so I have found out these engines, liquid fuel engines at least, they do have like an alternator in them, so they generate electric power, which is nice. So we can reuse the power that they generate to hopefully get us into a position where we can send some of this data back. That's the plan anyway. Suborbital flight is better than nothing. Fiery Toad there, how's the upload speed? Tonight, a lot better. I have no idea what happened last night. I blame BT. Everybody blames BT, but it is their fault. They own the equipment. They don't care. They get so much money off everyone. Why would they bother? Oh dear, let's see if I can spin this thing around a little bit. I'm just going to try and get the longest suborbital flight that I can achieve with this. Why? Because that's about all I'm going to be able to achieve with this rocket design. It's pretty dire. There we go.
Yeah, I think we did our ISP bashing last night.
I'm not a fan of BT right now. So, how are we looking for this? Unfortunately, we have lost all power because I don't have any... No, I have no... I've got no flight control whatsoever. Excellent. I got no electric power left. We're completely under the influence of gravity and going in for a splash landing. Never mind. Never mind. I should have probably came in with the caveat of this. I am not the best person to play this game whatsoever. I enjoy crashing into things. Okay, let's get that parachute out, I think. Excellent, we've got a couple of drogue chutes on here, which is going to slow us right down. So I think these 3 parachutes are now complete overkill for this, what's left of the module here, but hey, it's super effective. I think we'll move the antenna next. So you've got to be really careful with this, you know, the antennas can't block the doors, or if you have anything blocking the doors and you can't get out. It's very frustrating to get to that position when you get all the way to a planet and then suddenly you can't actually get out of the damn cockpit. I have done that before, trust me. So let's wait for the splash land.
I'm just typing something into the chat I've seen on the link Ken Payton supplied on Reddit.
Oh right.
I'm not gonna say it in the stream, but if you
Oh,
read
someone's
the chat,
sad enough to...
Yeah, don't say it,
Yeah,
don't say
yeah,
it.
yeah, I'm not even going to
just
justify
read the
that.
chat.
Yeah. That doesn't surprise me. I've seen some similar things of that before, and it kind of annoys me in a way. It's the only way new technology ever gets any bloody traction. It's like you look at the internet and things like that. It wouldn't be as popular as it is if it wasn't for things like that. Same thing with virtual reality. The only thing that's going to make it popular is something like that. So it's like a necessary evil, almost, unfortunately. Here we go. Let's observe the mystery goo in the ocean and see what it does. The goo escapes into the water. Excellent. Brilliant. Might as well use that. I love the reports on her. It's brilliant. Right.
You've just polluted the world.
With, yeah, God knows whatever that green goo was, but hey, it's science. So, right, let's... did I get an EVA report on this one? We might as well get an EVA report whilst we're here. A most precarious situation. Sat on the edge of a spacecraft in the middle of the damn ocean. Not a single piece of land in sight. So let's recover this whole vessel now. So we would have got a few science points for that, even if the mission was basically a failure. Never mind.
Should I sing the theme to Titanic now?
Near fall. No,
Jack, Rose, Jack, Rose, Jack. I've been watching on YouTube a channel called Cinema Sins,
oh dear.
and he does things. He has three basic ideas that he does videos for. One of them is everything wrong with, and in whatever movie he's going into.
Dear,
so you'll
right,
spend
yeah.
like 7-8 minutes going through everything wrong with the film, and he did Titanic.
Oh yeah.
And at the end, he did a bonus round where he did 1 point. He added one sin every time the name Jack or Rose was mentioned in the film, and it went from about 80 sins to 200 and something, to 250.
Oh,
There's
brilliant.
that many times Jack or Rose is said in the film, especially when they're on the door at the end, and they just go Jack, Rose, Jack, Rose, Jack,
dear.
Rose.
Oh, brilliant. I love things like that. I think I found... What was it I was looking at? I can't remember the name of it now. I feel really awful not being able to remember the name and mentioning it. It was some guys on YouTube again, and they were doing... they do, like, reenactments of movie scenes. And the one I watched, I think it was like Terminator. And they do the scene where he walks into the bar. But they do it on a budget of like nothing. It's whatever they can find around the house, and it's so funny. It's like they're doing the bit from the view of the Terminator, and to simulate the view looking through his eyes, they've got like little bits of red cellophane with writing scribbled on it, and they're just kind of like wiggling it in front of the face, going and they make the sound effects themselves and everything. It's so funny. I'll have to remember, if I remember what it is, I'll share the link with you. They're brilliant. They did a load of them. There's Back to the Future as well. The scene where the lightning strike at the end, and they got like this really bad cardboard mock-up of the car, and they kind of you see someone pushing it with the stick, and it's like da 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 da, and they're all like singing the theme tune in the background. It's so funny. I will have to find it for everyone. So I'm going to save this.
Have you seen Predator the musical on YouTube?
I might have. That does ring a bell, actually.
It's the actual film, but so they've recorded an audio over it where they sing it. They sing "If it bleeds, we can kill it."
Yes, I have. Yes, if it bleeds, we can kill it. Yeah. This it's the part Arnie says, isn't it? Yeah, I've seen that one. So funny. I love things like that. Oh dear. Right, what was I doing? I've completely lost.
Don't know. What are you doing?
Let's build a bigger rocket, because if one stage fails, then two will win. That's the way I look at it. So we're only going to go for a capsule that we can basically.
Or as Clarkson would
orbit
say, more power.
More power. Absolutely. So let's get. Hopefully the LV-909 rocket will be enough. I'm hoping that this upper stage gets us into orbit and allows us to deorbit. So the plan is for this mission is I'm just going to get us into an orbital position. Fingers crossed. I've said that a few times. And then that way we can get more science points for being in orbit. So what I'm going to do now is liquid fuel engine on the base here. A couple of fins, and we'll symmetrize that 3 times for good measure, so we only really need the fins in the lower atmosphere to give us a bit of directional control. And then I think I'm going to need a couple of...
Spacey question, if anyone wants to try and answer it. I'm not saying this because I know the answer, because I don't genuinely know the answer. So when the shuttle launches, why does it spin over?
Ooh, I may know the answer to this one. I'm probably going to get it completely wrong, but I do may know. So I'll leave people to answer quickly if they want to. But if no one
And like I
chimes
say,
in,
I don't know the right answer, so it's not
yeah.
a case of I'm testing. I genuinely don't know the answer.
Right. Bear with me 2 seconds. I've got real life being a pain in the backside again. My word. These little criminals keep escaping from the brig. This is the problem. Okie dokie. So where do we get to? The Fragor 4. So we've got a couple of solid rocket boosters. Yes. What was I saying? Oh. Has anyone guessed yet?
No, not on the chat, not yet. I've just typed it into the question into the chat.
Ah, right. Okay. We give people a chance to answer. I'm probably going to get it completely wrong, but I've got a rough idea. Okay, let's put these little caps on there for aerodynamics.
Fiery Toad says, if I recall, it has to roll to put it in the correct heading towards its intended orbit. Good answer, Fiery Toad. I don't think that's right. I think it flips over, something to do with the gravity of the Earth and the spin of the Earth, if I remember rightly.
They do have control over it. It doesn't just happen naturally because of the effect of gravity, but they do it for a reason.
They have to do it,
Yeah.
is what I'm thinking.
I can't remember whether it's something to do with the
So Fiery Toad could be right.
Yeah, I think
You could be right, Fiery Toad.
I'm not sure if it's something to do with the center of mass shifting as they burn fuel, so they kind of flip it over into its back so it's more stable, something like that, I think. Oh dear. Put me on the spot now. Right.
So I'm going to have to Google this.
Yeah, definitely. There's bound to be an answer on Google. There's always an answer on Google. Right here. Okay, let's give this rocket a try. Let's see how far we get with this. I have tried many a time to make something similar to the space shuttle design with the launch vehicle in Kerbal, but it's just really, really difficult because of exactly that. The center of mass is completely off because you've got one thing strapped onto the side of another thing. The center of mass is completely, it's not where you'd expect it to be. It's off from the center of thrust, which is a real pain in the backside. Okie dokie. Let's get these things enabled there.
Oh, it seems Fiery Toad was right. He might have been looking at Wikipedia because he's pretty much
quoted it word for word.
Verbatim Wikipedia.
That's the way to do it. That's what the internet's for.
Do you want me to read off what it says on the NASA website?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm interested myself now whether I'm anywhere near.
Mike Limbach, I might have said his name wrong, launch director. He was asked, why does the shuttle rotate through its axis immediately after takeoff, and how is it achieved? And Mike Limbach's answer is, well, we need to rotate the shuttle through its axis to get it on the proper azimuth for the launch inclination itself. If you look at the launch pad out by the Atlantic Ocean, it's in a due north-south orientation, so if we didn't roll it right after liftoff, the orbiter would be going due east. We don't like that. We need to align the orbiter with the International Space Station inclination, so after liftoff we have to roll to achieve that heading. As the orbiter continues through its ascent, it's achieved by gimballing the main engines itself, the 3 SSME, the main engines, and also by gimballing the 2 solid rocket booster nozzles to achieve that roll profile.
I didn't realise they could gimbal the solid rocket ones. That's pretty cool though, I do like that. Excellent. I knew there had to be a reason.
And while I was reading that, Locutus has typed in an answer into the chat.
Okie dokie.
He's just typed in exactly what I've just read.
Ah, right.
Which I got off the NASA website.
Cool.
So bonus points to Fiery Toad and Locutus.
There we go. I'm gonna have to set up a regular chat quiz thing. That'd be good fun.
We could do that, not a problem.
I'm gonna have to come up with a list of questions we can use. So this ship seems slightly unstable. I'm not exactly sure why. But it's not great, I'll give it that. Need to try and keep our velocity up around the 200 meter per second mark. So I must admit, Scott Manley does this so much better than I do, but he does have the benefit of video editing on his side. I'm just playing it by ear, so to speak. I will thank him for his advice, otherwise I never would have got this far in the game.
Kerbal's happy.
He's loving it. He's loving it right now. I don't know why, because I don't think we're going to get anywhere near orbit with this. This thing seems massively unstable. It doesn't seem to want to stay anywhere near going centre.
Is it me, or did you put the wings on backwards like Thunderbirds?
No, no, it's the shape of these ones. They're kind of, I don't know if they're Delta ones or not, but yeah, I'm abandoning this flight because it's not going well. Yeah, that's just the shape of those particular fins. Yeah, I don't know whether 3 is working for us. Let's, if in doubt, add more. Let's chuck 4 on there. 4 is more symmetrical in that respect anyway, so we'll keep the thing. That makes more sense. It's the Fragor 4, so let's give it 4 fins, 4 boosters. Hopefully that's a bit more symmetrical, more stable. I don't know why that was going off center like that. It wasn't particularly good. I wonder what it was. Literally, hang on. I think I know what it was. I took one of the communication antenna off, and it's that sensitive. I have had it go like that before, that if you make it off-center by a fraction, it's enough to screw it over. That seems entirely stupid, but it is. Trust me, the aerodynamics on this game is so sensitive. Let's get that down there. Right, I'm hoping that was it. I hope that's the only reason why that was unstable. Give it another go. Fingers crossed. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Suck it and see.
They look like pew-pew lasers. You don't get weapons in Kerbal Space Program, I take it.
Unfortunately, no. But some people have had some good fun. I mean, attaching things like fuel tanks that don't have any engines and attaching them with little decouplers so you can fly over and drop the fuel tanks, which explode nicely like bombs. That's I've seen people do that. It's quite fun. Oh, this seems a little better actually. Oh dear.
It's rolling. It's doing that roll maneuver.
Yeah, that's just dodgy control. It's wobbling slightly. We'll try and get it over someday. Going too fast and I'm burning fuel too quickly here. Let's throttle this right back. So I think if I remember the videos, watching what Scott Manley was doing, actually, I think he said around 200 meters per second is pretty good for getting that initial position in flight. Anything over that, and you're basically just wasting fuel because of the thickness of the atmosphere. It's like, you know, trying to fly through water effectively. And as we go higher, then the even at the same thrust level, the velocity is going to increase easier. Effectively, you're pushing against less, so you can just kind of keep bringing the throttle down slowly as you gain altitude. So hopefully I'm doing this right. apoapsis is not far off. Oh dear. No, I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near an orbital flight on this. Just... You live and learn, I suppose. Give me a second, alien. I just need to sort something out in IRL. Everyone's saying on their chat it's not going to end well. No, it isn't going to end well. I've screwed this up already. But hey, at least this still gaining altitude though, and this engine is really efficient. It's not burning through this fuel particularly quickly. Still gaining altitude. It's a good thing. See, we've pushed the apoapsis out. I haven't got enough fuel to do anything useful, but we are going to get there. Maybe to get somewhere. If we get this up to 70, that's pretty high. 75. I'm coming across on the audio, okay, Ian?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You've still got the blackout tape
Oh.
on the webcam.
Little ones keep coming into the room, so I need to sort them out. Yay! My camera just switched to orbit view. I'm only going to be in orbit shortly, I think. Looking at this. Apoapsis 63? No, I've actually achieved orbit. Look at that. Look at that. I've got barely enough fuel to do anything useful. I don't even know whether I'm going to get this poor little dude home. Oh dear. so we just finished this mission. Let's get this little dude going EVA. There we go. I'm actually in space.
Your mic is quiet.
Oh, am I? Sorry. This thing's... You can see the craziness I have to go through. The distance, that much distance makes all the difference. Is that better?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. This is a noise cancelling one. This is the problem. So it's like a slight variation, and that's enough to put it right off. So let's get some crew report. That's that. Let's see what the mystery goo is doing at this altitude. It's clumped into a sphere. It also appears brittle. Let's keep that data. 2 lots of mystery goo. We're not going to get anywhere else, so might as well take that. Some of this we can send back, but we're better off keeping our electric power, I think, so that we can actually maneuver. Let's turn the SAS off so we're not wasting any more power.
You haven't got any panels for it yet, have you?
Sorry, I did hear you, but the little one came into the room again. No, at the moment I haven't got any solar panels, so it's... Oops, there we go. We don't need to change much, just enough to do that. No, I've got no way of actually recharging the damn thing, so... Having lots of issues with the little ones right now. Okay, so I think, yeah, we've got a tiny fraction of fuel, barely enough to do anything, but if I'm conservative, it might be enough to do it. And there is actually a trick I learned that you can do, so if all else fails, we will try the trick. You'll like the trick, it's fun. So, let's speed up time. And in 15 minutes, which you won't have to wait that long. We'll zip round the other side of the planet, and we only have to thrust enough to make 56 meters per second of a difference, and that should be an estimated burn at full capacity of 3 seconds, so fingers crossed. I don't think we've got enough fuel to burn 3 seconds, but it's worth a shot. So here we go. See, we're only, what, 83... There we go. Wasn't quite high enough to actually speed up time fast enough. So here we go. If we miss this, then I can always come around a second orbit to do it, but... right, we're coming up to 4 minutes to the maneuver. 2 minutes, 1 minute. Right, let's get ourselves in position. Where is the... There it is. So there's the... Let's try and get that lined up. Ooh, this is going to be tight. Not a lot of fuel to mess around with now. We've only got 3 units of fuel and 4 units of oxidizer. That is not enough to do anything with, really. Okay, what I'm going to do is shut down the engine, put it on 4 thrust, and get ready to blast it. Oh!
Jebediah's happy.
Oh! We flamed out with 0.7 meters per second to go for the maneuver. Dare I look at the map? Let's have a look at the map.
Jebediah was happy.
Oh, yes! Yes! Just enough to finish that maneuver. I cut that fine. That was... Ooh! I really didn't think we were going to have enough fuel to do that. Okay, so let's break this section away. And that little piece will come crashing down behind us. So let's turn STS off and we just let it float away. I love it when you catch the shadow glimpse of a piece of debris as it flies off and you've got the sun there to highlight it. It's great. Okie dokie. So, why do we... Yep, that's right. Oh, ship is throttled up. That's why we can't accelerate time. There we go. There we go. Face in the direction of the Hopefully our atmospheric braking will slow us down. Did we take an EVA report? I can't remember whether I did an EVA report on this mission. Let's quickly do one.
You haven't done an EVA.
Oh, you cannot. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay.
I think Jebediah is just happy to have gone up and be coming back down again.
We did it! We actually did it! Yeah, I wouldn't trust my flying. Okay, so we've got practically an entire orbit to go round here, or half an orbit at least, before we start re-entering. There we go. Oh, there we go. You can hear the music stop suddenly because we've snapped back into atmospheric level of altitude there. There we go. Yes. So we're over the desert now. See if we can get a crew report once we're over the desert. No, it's worth nothing now. So crew reports at this sort of altitude are now completely useless to us. So there's a shame.
Did you watch any of Stargazing Live this week?
I wanted to. I had it in my calendar, I had Twitter reminders, I had emails about it. I tried so hard to catch it, but after starting this new job I was so exhausted coming home that I ended up falling asleep and missing most of the first part, forgetting about it the second day, and then on the third day I thought, you know what, I'm just going to watch this on iPlayer because I've just totally screwed up this year. And I was so enthusiastic to watch it because there was, I think I said to you before, it was Carolyn Porca was going to be on there, so I wanted to watch her. So no, unfortunately I missed it all, which is annoying to say the least. Here we go. Are we going to land anywhere? No, we're not going to slow down enough to land in the desert. That would have been fun. So you do actually get points for taking surface samples in different areas of Kerbal as well, which is, I suppose it makes sense. You know, you're making missions to these areas, even if they're areas on the same planet. You know.
So hang on a minute. Spend all this money building a ship, a rocket, go up in near orbit, come down again, land somewhere else on your own planet to take a soil sample. Couldn't they just like get on a plane and fly there?
Yeah, I suppose they could, yeah.
Oh, re-entry burn.
Ooh, I know. Ooh, it's scary. So you can see everything heating up if you go on the bottom angle as well. You see the glow on it. Ooh, it's kind of scary. Starting to slow down enough now. So there is a mod for this which will actually add in deadly re-entry effects. So you know things will heat up, and you have to put in proper ablative heat shielding and things like that. And it's, oh god, it gets really, really complicated. It's a bit too much for me, really. I just like the fun sandboxy side of it.
Jebediah's excited during the most dangerous part of re-entry.
It's insane, isn't he? He loves it. Let's get these parachutes deployed and we're nearly there. Come on. Oh, can't do that. Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See, I love the natural arc of the craft. Once you turn off stability control and you're back in the atmosphere, you just let it naturally turn into the wind and everything like that, and it does actually work as you'd expect it to with atmospheric drag and everything. It's wonderful. It's really, really accurately simulated. I love it. 3 parachutes, massive overkill for this, but hey. So I think we might got some good science points for that. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Come on, coming in for a landing. 100 meters. How high am I now on your side of the stream?
370, 360, 350, 340, 330, 320, 310, 300.
Okay, cool. So there is a fair delay in it. I've landed successfully now, so. Excellent. Spoiler! Spoiler! So you know before everyone else.
And people hearing me as I'm watching it
Mhm.
will get an idea of the delay I have.
Yeah, it is kind of frustrating. So we got plus 30 science for that. Excellent. So you get all the spoilers, but everyone else gets it as it comes. So there we go. Rightio. I think as we stand at the moment, we've been so we're an hour in at the moment. I'll put a break in the feed. I have to go sort out these little ones because they are constantly running into the room at the moment. So
They love you.
they love me to bits. That's the problem. They love me so much they won't give me 5 minutes to broadcast. How inconsiderate of them. But yeah, so I'm probably going to need 15 minutes or so to sort them out. So what I'll do, Alien, is I will just put a break in the stream for everyone. So I'll get the video up on there.
Put me on mute while you do, please.
Yeah, no problem. I'll put you on mute and I'll just leave the thing up. I will send you a quick message when we're back. So.
Yep, no problem.
Okie dokie. So thanks everyone for watching so far. I'll be back again in about 10-15 minutes with more crazy.
Go make a cup of tea or a coffee or something.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not you, I mean everyone watching.
Yeah, everyone else. Go and get a coffee or beer, whatever you fancy, and then we'll have more fun when we come back. So thanks guys. See you shortly.